What are we talking about today?
Hello everybody and welcome to What Are We Talking About? Today we're talking about Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Or The Empire Strikes Back? Yeah, there's a the. I forgot the the. But, I don't know. I think it's easily classified as the best, most well-made of all the Star Wars movies. Even though it's not necessarily my favorite, I think it's the... Like if you...
It is, yeah.
It's the most well-made, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
Kind of semi-objectively, as objectively as I can be. Like, there's things in 6 that are... Like, I like 6, but there's parts of 6 that, if you look at it objectively, it's like... I don't know. Why would they put the Ewoks... Like, George Lucas put the Ewoks in there for toys. Like, there's certain things. Whereas Empire is the... Like... Almost everybody considers that their favorite, right?
Oh, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
The
But,
Battle of Hoth is...
That is one of the most iconic things about Star Wars, is the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah, you get to see AT-AT.
Yeah. AT-AT for the first time. And snow speeders.
Oh, yeah.
Tauntauns. Wampa beasts.
Yeah, no, it's... And then... The City in the Clouds. So,
Yeah.
Bespin, that was pretty cool. And that whole twist at the end. And
Yoda.
Yoda.
The very first time we ever see Yoda, if you are going by, release... I mean, most people now will... If you start watching Star Wars now, you'll probably start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just because... That's how you usually watch movies, right?
Yeah.
You start with the first one and go up. But if you go by when they were released, and like... I wasn't alive when they were released, but I was alive before the prequels were released, so the first time I ever saw Yoda was with Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And this is easily the best Yoda we've seen. Maybe not the best Yoda, but my favorite Yoda. Where he comes in and he kind of acts like a little nuts, and he's like trying Luke's patience the whole time. And then finally when Luke snaps, he's just like, I can't train this kid. He has no patience.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan's like, oh, I had no patience when I was his age. And I don't know. It definitely is the first one that like Obi-Wan introduced everything with the lore of the Force in Episode 4, but Episode 5 really is the first time that it delves deep into the actual mythology of the Force, right?
Yeah, with Yoda.
Yeah.
Well, like, what a perfect character to have.
Definitely.
It's
Such a
Yoda.
small character, such a tiny little character, so much power. Like, Yoda is
I'd say more knowledge than anything.
Well, that's the thing. He just showed that one of the things that he talks about is you don't need to be big to be strong. Like, and because Luke was like, it's impossible. I can't lift that X-wing out.
Mm-hmm. And then,
Rocks is one thing, but an X-wing, and then Yoda's just like, I'm a puppet and I can fucking do this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So, Yoda is, I don't know, that's the thing. In some ways, that's why a lot of people were disappointed in Episode 2 when Yoda was being CGI flips and being crazy with a lightsaber, right? Because from what we knew about Yoda, it was more like, you don't need to fight, you can just, use the Force.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was kind of disappointing to see that. And then, I guess Episode 3, people are just kind of used to it at this point.
Well, yeah,
and what
definitely.
to expect.
And now it's Yoda versus the Emperor. So that's a whole nother thing. That's like something that you think you'd only see in a fan fiction thing, but now it's actually in a Star Wars movie. I mean, that's not necessarily the best fight that's ever been had, because of the Emperor's like weird cackling. Like the Emperor himself is kind of cartoony in that. Yoda, that's probably my second favorite thing that we've seen from Yoda is Episode 3, where he's like fighting Lord, like Darth Sidious. Just because, I mean, like in Return of the Jedi, all we see of him is him die, which there's a lot of heart to it, but
he makes it just seem like he's just all powerful, like how he dies, but that he just like disintegrates to the Force. Like,
Yeah.
Even when we get to see him in Phantom Menace, like he's just so like he's head of the Jedi Council,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like he's all powerful. Like,
Basically every decision, everybody always like looks at him or
Yeah.
or Mace Windu,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because it just kind of seemed like Yoda is the one with the more wisdom, but Mace Windu was a little bit more tactical.
aggressive.
Yeah, right. So like, yeah, Yoda was it's overall Yoda was like the father figure almost to all the Jedi in a way,
Mhm.
right? So and in this, I don't know, that's all prequel stuff that where it showed more of that. But in this, he talks about how he trained Jedi for like 800 years or something like that, right?
Mhm.
That's I think in Empire. He might have said it in Return of the Jedi, but I'm pretty sure it was in Empire. And he said, yeah, but I'm kind of rambling about all this. Yoda is awesome, and this is the first time we've seen Yoda, and he basically teaches so many lessons in this movie that you can even use in day-to-day life that are important, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
some people try and or say like some things that he says doesn't make sense or whatever, but it does make sense when you really think about it.
Mhm. Yeah. Other than that whole thing where in episode like it was all good with this, where it was just kind of like how Yoda was just like do or do not, there is no try. But then George Lucas came out in the prequels and made Obi-Wan say only a Sith deals in absolutes, and it's just like, oh, you went and made him contradict the Force or contradict Yoda too. Like they made him contradict the teachings, the Jedi religion.
Yeah. That George Lucas did that a lot, though.
I
He
know.
also changed the Force from being something cool and mystical to being,
Midichlorians.
something that is in our blood or something. I don't know.
Kinda
It's
sucks.
still it's not fully understood what he meant by it. But
Yeah.
no, there's also the iconic introduction. Well, unless you include
Do you think that that's maybe what's in Kilgrave's blood?
is what the Force and
The
midichlorians,
midichlorians. That's why he
and he
has,
just I don't know.
he
It's
just
more
has
than
awesome force.
that, and he just emits
Pursuit, yeah,
midichlorians
he
to
just-
everybody. And midichlorians is a virus in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the first time we see Boba Fett live action because he was first
Yeah.
introduced in the holiday special. Which
Oh yeah.
look that up, kids. But
Terribly good. Or
in ways,
so terrible it's good.
yeah, like it's Star Wars and it's got things in it that you will never see anywhere else.
Wookiee
It's got-
kid, Wookiee baby. I don't know. I think
It's got Chewbacca's family.
it's different.
It's got all your favorites. Carrie Fisher sings a song to the Star Wars theme. Don't miss it. Anyways, back to Empire Strikes Back. They, it introduces Boba Fett. It also, Boba Fett actually, no, maybe he was in it. Was he in Star Wars Episode 4? No, it was in Episode 5.
Mhm.
And then he, because it's just the first time we see him is when he is in, Darth Vader has all those bounty hunters, right?
Mhm.
And then Boba Fett is the one who ends up tracking them down and following them to Bespin.
Yeah.
And then, calls Vader and he must have called Vader before they got there. He must have tracked their coordinates where they were going and called Vader because I'm pretty sure that thing was set up before they got there, wasn't it? Or did it happen after?
It sure seemed like it.
Yeah. But because it all happened in the same they got there and that day is when it happened, right?
Yeah. They were
'Cause
going
when they
down
got
for
the-
supper, and
Because on their way to their room is when there was already stormtroopers there. C-3PO got attacked because when he woke up he was like, stormtroopers what? There's stormtroopers here or whatever. he said, right?
yeah. Yeah, so they were there from pretty much right when they landed.
Yeah.
C-3PO pretty much wandered off and got
Right
lost
away, yeah.
Right away, yeah.
And then, yeah, that's where we got the iconic Chewie with C-3PO on his back,
Yeah.
which is my favorite form of Chewie.
Yeah, me too.
But,
See, I like his banter with C-3PO. Like, he's always just telling him to shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, pretty much. Like, it's hilarious.
It also was the introduction to Lando Calrissian,
Oh, yeah.
Han Solo's
I still
old
feel like
smuggling
he's
buddy.
part of the group. Just because
No,
he was
he
in
is.
episode 4, he's part of the group. A lot of people just see the trio, though. They only see Han, Leia, and Luke.
I don't know.
I always
see
see
the 4.
Lando in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since he helped destroy the Death Star. Like,
Mm-hmm.
didn't he actually destroy the Death Star?
Yeah. The in
Second
Return of the
Death Star,
Jedi.
yeah, in Return of the Jedi.
He destroys it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then flies it out like
With
at
the
last
Millennium
second.
Falcon.
Yeah,
Like, only Han and Luke we've seen at this point.
'Cause I'm pretty
Luke
sure-
once
what? Luke won.
fly the Millennium Falcon,
What? Luke flew the Millennium Falcon?
doesn't he?
I don't think so.
Or no, not Luke.
Leia maybe.
No, just
Lando.
Lando, yeah.
Just Lando.
wearing Han's outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Lando is
no, just
definitely
Lando.
part of the group. I think. Yeah, like I said, he helped in Return of the Jedi
Like,
destroy the Death Star.
because yeah, he did kind of portray them at the start, but what was he supposed to do? Like, we're talking
no
about
choice,
him. Yeah, he had no choice. It was like either that or the slaughter of all those
Hmm.
people, pretty much. Like
Mhm. And he helped him out in the end.
he did. Yeah.
He did risk a lot, going undercover at Jabba's palace and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But more on that later. I don't know what else in it. That's kind of the end of Empire Strikes Back, other than the
We'll
iconic
find out. Yeah,
Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader fight. So, sorry, not Anakin. Yoda tells Luke,
Don't do it.
"Don't go face Vader. You're not
Because
ready."
that whole setup, like the whole point of Vader trying to get Han and Leia and them was so that he could basically start a trap for Luke. Because
Yeah.
he knew Luke would eventually follow. He would sense that his friends were in danger, and he would know that Luke would come to find them.
No, yeah,
That's
exactly.
when he would try
That's
to-
why he didn't ask Han Solo for any information when he tortured him. He just tortured him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's.
And so Luke decided to go back because he thought that his friends were going to die without him. And then, which, I don't know, they probably would have. One of them
Yeah.
probably would have. Han Solo probably would have died, at least. But Han Solo almost did die. It was like a cliffhanger ending. They said that his vitals were
Yeah.
fine and he was still alive, but you didn't know whether or not Harrison Ford was coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Maybe back in the day there was like little Mister, like, oh, is he coming back or whatever, or like, oh, we've seen him here on this day shooting Star Wars or whatever.
Who knows? I don't know if there was, like, since there was no internet back then, if people would talk enough.
Well,
to-
I'd say Star Wars is big enough at this point, but like, I'm sure if somebody could find a piece of news that Harrison Ford would be back in it, dude.
shooting in, like, Tunisia.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the thing. The difference is now everybody has like a camera so they can take a picture of Han Solo shooting. Oh, look, that's
Yeah.
Han Solo shooting in Star Wars Episode 7. Whereas then,
No, I
unless
know.
they had the camera on them or
They
whatever.
literally
it-
had to be like a reporter.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
So it's a little bit harder, but now everyone can be a reporter, and that's what, like, social media has brought things to an entirely new level.
Yeah. But anyways.
But yeah, so the end climax is, of course, Luke versus Vader. You find out Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker, Luke's father, and, I mean, spoiler alert, if you didn't already know that. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably already knew that. But yeah, no, definitely probably one of the most iconic moments in pop culture history.
Oh yeah.
And, like, the only problem for me, personally, not a problem with the film, it's a personal thing. I was young enough that I just saw all the movies and didn't really understand the the gravity.
I know, yeah, I know.
So, yeah. I just had always seen them. That was
Yeah.
probably my first movies I've ever seen, right?
Yeah, same.
And so I didn't understand the gravity of the situation at the time. So it wasn't like what a big plot twist at the time or anything for me.
Yeah.
But I wish that I could like mind wipe, erase, rewatch all the Star Wars movies for the first time.
That would be cool, yeah.
Because, yeah, they are amazing movies and I love them. And I would say Empire Strikes Back is like I said, I already rated them. I guess that doesn't come out until later. Oh no, wait, it would have already come out, that podcast. But yeah, this is my second favorite, Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, this is my third favorite.
Yeah, so like I said, it's the best. I think it's the most well made, but Star Wars is my favorite, so it just it's just a personal thing. Like everyone has their own personal preferences and opinions, right? So you might disagree with me. Let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, are you excited for The Force Awakens? It comes out right away. Some of you, I don't know, depending on when this video comes out, you might have already seen it. Probably not. I hope this video will have been uploaded before that. But, yeah. That's going to be it for us, unless you have anything else to say. If you want, you can email the show or tweet at us. Email us at whatwetalkingabouttoday@gmail.com. Tweet at us, whatwetalkin'. Yeah, at whatwetalkin', I guess. It's Twitter. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, and never stop using the Force.